SMU got another Duncanville standout, and this one, Braylon Edwards, the longtime target for the Mustangs, jumped in the boat Sunday early evening by committing to SMU. And Braylon Edwards, listed as a cornerback there, on 3, is going to play safety in all likelihood for the Mustangs. Scott Simons is really high on him and what he's going to bring to this defense. And Braylon, we're going to catch up with him on his commitment here soon and kind of get the rundown on what made SMU home for him over programs like Auburn, Arkansas, Wisconsin, Utah that he had official visits lined up to. But we talked about it at ontheponyexpress.com going into the weekend. He is somebody that we were keeping a very close eye on when it came to SMU trending for him, because he's just been somebody that's been a long-time target. He's been on campus. I mean, if you go to his profile, he probably has at least, a half dozen visits or so logged. He's got 5 logged. And there are times over the last, few years that he's been a target for SMU that I've probably not logged a visit that he's been on campus for, but he's been around a ton. He's a huge target. He commits to SMU. He's one of the top defensive backs in Texas. He plays in that very, very high-end Duncanville secondary that includes the likes of Tyron Polley from last year, that includes the likes of Lamadrick Spencer a few years ago. But SMU gets Braylon Edwards now to be a part of the future of its secondary and keeping that Duncanville pipeline rolling as they do. Also brought in Javion Holiday at the cornerback position. But Braylon Edwards has been a key piece for them for a minute now. And so SMU gets him on board. And it almost just a player that I really feel like is just, okay, all right, yeah, Braylon Edwards is in the class. Of course he is. And SMU has really long been, I think, the pick here. And when Saturday night rolled around, I started seeing the fireworks go off from some of the staff. I thought this is probably going to be a Braylon Edwards type of player, somebody who's been around for a minute. So big deal for SMU to get that one done. They didn't want to have it go into summer and see it kind of, go into a different time of year and have to, try to get him back on campus after other officials and things like that. So Braylon Edwards locks in his spot with the Mustangs. Now he can start recruiting. And I tell you what, this Duncanville group of parents that is now bringing their kids or already have their kids, young men onto SMU's campus, they're very active on Twitter. I enjoy it, watching them interact and go after, different players. And we'll talk about one of those players that they're already going after in just a moment. But Braylon Edwards, huge addition in the future of the safety room for SMU. This is a group that, between Scott Simons recruiting it and Ricky Hundley recruiting it, SMU's done a really nice job getting it in order for the long-term future. Now you have Markel Ford and Braylon Edwards, and I don't know if they'll shoot for another true safety here. If a Donovan Webb, who didn't end up making it in this weekend, arises and ends up being somebody that they could, put in place there, that would be somebody that they could certainly keep an eye on as well. And they have some other players that they are after at those positions. But when you look at the long-term projection of the safety room, it's in good shape. So they're going to probably go a best available approach to this room now going forward at the safety position, and they'll see kind of where it goes at the corner position, which I think later this month we could see SMU really add a piece, and it wouldn't shock me if they kind of surprise with another prospect that was on campus. So they are continuing to trend in the right direction in the secondary and the high school recruiting front, and that is very exciting for SMU fans who are, I think, ready for the high school side of it to really tick up in the secondary recruiting at the cornerback position in particular. We've seen homegrown guys like Isaiah Wacobia and Ahmad Moses, step up, and they have some other young players like a Tyron Polley that they like at safety. But the cornerback spot is what's next. Now we're eyeing that one. And we'll kind of reset that next week, and we'll go position by position and kind of share some top targets and things like that on the pod. But SMU did really well to get somebody like Braylon Edwards on board and get him to shut it down.